That's not the dog we want at the factory. It's diseased, it's mangy. You don't really know what other issues it's got. Got him out. Quick recap on yesterday. We're getting really limited in the materials on hand that we have to make quality products. So we had to get really creative, and that's pretty much it. For the drawstring bag, we need really soft leather for the top because otherwise it bunches too much. And so all we really had was gold and the silver leather. It's not stuff I want to make in quantity, but definitely turned some heads in America. Roy just got back from Kampala. He brought some more rope. He also brought some fittings. Bought some fittings for the bottom of the bag. Kare's working right now. We're gonna try to finish out those bags and then move on. He also brought some black leather that might work, so we'll test that out in a little bit. We have a new employee at the factory. Good morning.
Good morning.
Will you work hard? Not complain? Quality work? Good morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
Is he okay with white people? Yeah. Is he okay, Mzungus?
Yeah.
His name is Popo. So the doghouse Emma's been building for Popo, almost ready. As consistent as the power was last week, it's the opposite this week. Out again, definitely makes what we're trying to do harder. Yeah, we don't have the right punch for this, and it makes this stitch a lot harder without power. But this is our test bag. Obviously I don't support child labor, and we don't have child labor here. That's part of the reason I want to do this video, is because you understand how we're making the products. You understand who these employees are, the relationships that we have with them. You want it made in an ethically fashion that you can stand behind. Power's back. That's sweet. I came out here because the power was out and it was quiet, and that's the last thing it is right now. I bring up child labor because I came across an interesting study this morning based on India where they had a child labor ban, and that actually caused child labor to increase. The reason families use child labor is because they need to supplement their own incomes. They don't make enough, so they need the kids to support the family. So with the ban in India, families' incomes went down, therefore they needed their kids to work, but with the ban, wages that the kids got was a lot lower, forcing even more families to use child labor. The point isn't to say that we should use child labor and child labor is okay. And that's not to say every child labor ban actually causes the opposite thing to happen. The point is that the world isn't as simple as it's often portrayed. And that's something that is just so fascinating to me about life out here. We think that things are gonna happen a certain way, and then the exact opposite actually happened. Now again, I'm not gonna use child labor, we're not gonna have child labor, and with this video, you're gonna know that we don't use child labor. When people ask me why leather, yes, leather's really cool and the products are awesome, but leather gives us the best opportunity to create quality jobs. Quality jobs meaning that families don't have to send their kids into the labor force. They can keep them in school where they should be, but they can only do that if they have good jobs. And what I want, and what I think what you want, is to create as many good jobs as possible. And in that way, that's how I address child labor. Is it Jonah?
Yeah.
Hey Jonah. How's it? Better? Feels better. Feels good. Seems it's not too low. Yeah, I think that's the right length. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, so let's measure that. Use that length for the rope. Just trying to wait for that. Still working on the doghouse. Today's been a bit frustrating for a couple reasons. First and foremost, power's out. That makes stitching the bottom corner of the drawstring bag a little bit more difficult. We don't have the right fitting for the metal ring on the bottom of the bag. So we don't have the right piece for that. I sent Kareth into town because he said he could get it. They didn't have the part. So we can't do a good stitch on the bottom, and then we can't make it nice to put the metal ring in on the bottom of the bag. I don't know. Roy's still over on the other side. Wish he would come back and we could chat a little bit about things, but not a very productive day so far.
No. You put here. Still, it has to be wider so that it can bulge. Okay. But the problem is, this grinding is too much.
Let me cut it off.
Yeah, cut it off. And bring it. Chop, chop, chop. It can enter, but bigger size, like this.
We've got part of the punching tool, but the other part we're trying to make it through the machines and grinding it down. I had Kareth go into town to get a smaller needle, so the stitching will be a little finer than what we're working with right now, and it won't puncture the bag as much. Taking some inventory.
Two hours later.
Nice quick shower. Also, take a look at this. Not at town, at the market, dinner, and work. I think this is the first night I've gotten back to the hotel before 8:30. It's been a pretty crazy last 2 weeks. Maybe I'm just slowing down a little bit. Get a good night's sleep. Want to get some work done in the morning before I go to the factory. Gotta finish strong. 3 more days in the factory before I head back. First to Kenya, then back to America. Yes, I have to do that horrible 25-hour bus ride again. Been a tough ride. Roy was supposed to buy me a ticket tonight for the bus, but a VIP seat. But that's it for today. See you soon.